What's up, guys? This is Reviews with Ryan, and today I'm going to be reviewing a movie called Spirit, Untamed. This is directed by Elaine Bogan. It stars Julianne Moore, McKenna Grace, Marcy Martin, Isabella Merced, and Jake Gyllenhaal. The film clocks in at 80 minutes. It is actually a follow-up to the original Spirit that was released in the early 2000s. However, you do not have to watch the original Spirit to understand this movie at all. It's actually a reboot spin-off and is actually part of the Netflix series. So this is a fresh new look of Spirit. So the story stars this girl named Lucky. She is living in the city and her grandfather no longer wants her in the city after getting into mischievous trouble. So he sends her off to her father, and her father is to take care of her in this wild frontier town. She doesn't really have any friends, and she connects with this horse Spirit at this ranch. And in the film, you have these wranglers trying to kidnap Spirit and all these other horses, and this is the main premise of the story. Now, I will say this is done by DreamWorks, and the animation looks really good in this. They always do really good of animation. I usually don't have any issues with their animation. One thing I did notice is the main character, Lucky, in this. She kind of looks very similar facial structure to the girl in Wonder Park, if you've seen that. The villain is very weak in this film. I felt like there really wasn't much to the villains at all. The film only clocks in at 80 minutes, so it's not a very long film. And the thing with these kids movies nowadays is usually they appeal to a wide range of audience. I don't even feel that this film will really appeal to much audience at all. I feel like this is the kind of film where maybe like a 4 or 5, 6-year-old may enjoy this kind of film, and I feel like the adults will be kind of bored with this film. I know for me personally, I felt that this film was like really average. For me, really okay. Like honestly, I wasn't bored out of my mind, but it wasn't really a film where I really got into it like I do with most kids movies. And even my 10-year-old was kind of like, well, this movie's kind of okay. And that's kind of how I feel about this film. I feel like it's not going to appeal to many people. It's going to have a very low range of making money for sure. And it may make enough to where they make a sequel. But honestly, the way it ended and the way that the movie played out, I don't honestly think it's necessary at all. If they want to expand on it, I think they should just stick with Netflix. Because this is the kind of film that I feel like would be on Netflix. I don't think that this is one of these films where you should rush out and go see it. I think if you want to see this, see it on Redbox. If it goes to Netflix, which it wouldn't surprise me if it does, this is kind of one of those films. It just is one of those films where it was thrown into theaters, and I think with the Taylor Swift song they had on the trailer, that kind of attracts other people to maybe have some interest towards it. There really isn't much music in the film at all. There's no musical or sing-alongs. And like I said, this has nothing to do with the original Spirit. So if you're looking to dive into this and think that it's like the original Spirit, you will be very disappointed. So with all these things in mind, I'm going to be a little bit generous here and give this film a 2 out of 5. I really think I should probably rate it lower, but I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 because the animation is pretty good. But the story is really bland, it's really mediocre, the villain is not good, and honestly, I really think that adults will be bored with this, but maybe like the smaller little kids will enjoy it. So with that said, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you do see this film. I feel like this is going to be a very small opening for this film. I don't feel like a lot of people are really going to go to this film wanting to pay a $10 price tag, and honestly, if I were you, I would not either. So if you really want to see this film, wait till Redbox. I bet you it'll be on Netflix pretty quickly, as I don't see this being a moneymaker for this film. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next review.